Hello and welcome to Laguna Beach in California, specifically to a very old theatre that was opened in 1935 but has recently been rescued and renovated by Rivian, who's turned it into one of their signature spaces. But we're not here to talk about architecture, are we? We're here to talk about a brand new car that is behind me, the Rivian R2. It's a little bit chaotic. We've come in the day before the big reveal event, which is all going on tomorrow. That's why I've got my booties on, because I don't want to mess up this nice floor here. It's why I've got my phone in my hand, because we've just been handed the details on this new thing, and I don't want to miss a single thing, because there is so much to talk about this car, the Rivian R2. What is it? Well, it is Rivian's more affordable, slightly smaller model. We all know the R1T and the R1S, and we all know the formula. You start with the bigger, more expensive models, and then you filter down to deliver the same or a similar experience to the masses, and that's what the R2 is all about. Is this Rivian's Tesla Model Y moment? Well, its shareholders certainly hope it is. And Model Y is poignant, because I've run the numbers, and this is about an inch shorter, about an inch narrower, and a few inches taller than the Tesla Model Y. So it's right in that SUV sweet spot that everyone is buying in absolutely enormous numbers. The other big news for all our UK and European viewers is it is going to come to Europe. It will be sold in the US first, of course, because that's where it's built, but it is going to be coming to Europe eventually. Deliveries of this in the US start in the first half of 2026. It's going to cost from $45,000. What else can I tell you about it? It's based on an all-new platform, this all-new mid-sized platform, and you can choose from 3 versions. So there's not a ton of technical details on the car now. Of course, we're 2 years out from first deliveries, so you wouldn't expect that, but we're going to go through all the details. 3 versions: single motor, dual motor, and tri-motor. That's got 2 motors on the back axle, 1 on the front axle, 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds, and you're going to have a range of over 300 miles. Again, not a load of detail on the battery, other than it's now a structural part of this new platform. Essentially, the top of the battery is the floor pan that your feet will sit inside the car. It's got new battery chemistry, it's more energy dense. Let's talk a little bit about the design of this car, because it very much picks up where the R1S left off. You've got that signature, very distinctive Rivian signature lights at the front. You've got a frunk under there. We'll get a separate shot of that so you can see that. It's got something called Perception Stack. I like that name. It's 11 cameras, it's 5 radars, it's more computing power. It's basically a significant upgrade in the autonomous driving capabilities of the Rivian. There's lots more I can tell you as well. 20-inch wheels. Let's come down the side here. Now, as you know, Rivian is all about adventure. So this car is designed to go off-road, of course, and they've got some very, very cool accessories that come along with this. The reason I'm mentioning that first is because on the screen here we have something called, well, sketch at least, of something called the Rivian Treehouse. Now, I love this. It's riffing off those treetop forts that we all dreamed about having when we were kids. It's basically a rooftop tent, but it's got integrated lighting. It's got a heated mattress. For anyone that's ever been camping, you can see how that is very appealing indeed. And supposedly it's got a projection, a TV screen as well, so you can watch movies. I'm very much on board with that. In terms of the interior, well, it's very simple. That's what I like about Rivian. The quality in here is way above anything I've seen inside a Tesla, and there's a few cool tricks that it's got going on. These wheels in front of me here, I've never seen anything like this. So they've got haptic feedback built into them. You can roll them up and down either side. You can click them left, you can click them right, you can push them in, you can push them back from the behind of the wheel, and it just opens up a world of options. It's a really interesting way of sort of combining physical controls, physical feedback on the wheels with that digital haptic layer of feedback. And the rest is, yeah, the screen, the instrument cluster behind there, very much R1S tech on the central screen. But of course, as I said, this is all about adventure. You might need to stick your camera in here, because the back seats on this car, you've actually got more rear leg room here than you do in an R1S, despite this being a smaller footprint on the road. And check this out, you can fold the front seat flat so you can add extra stuff in. You can put the rear seats flat so you can do car camping, which actually sounds even more appealing than sleeping in a tent on the roof, doesn't it? But it's all clever stuff. It's designed so you can take this car on a proper adventure. Other tricks, yes. So it's got something, can't remember the name of the mode, but it will drop all the windows here, these 4 windows, these rear quarter windows will pop out electrically, and the rear screen as well wind down into the rear hatch and give you this sort of unique open air experience. Something similar that we've seen on the Fisker Ocean, but obviously interpreted a little differently here. But that's not all, because not only has Rivian brought us the R2 that's coming soonest on the same platform, this new mid-size platform, there is another car, a genuine surprise. So rare these days that we get a new car and then there's one that blindsides us, but this is it. It's the R3. Again, it's smaller than the R2. It's going to be more affordable. It's going to come after the R2, so let's just put that into the speculation computer. Yeah, this will start from $35,000 to $40,000, probably be 2027 before these are delivered, but very similar technology underneath, 300 miles of range from the battery, slightly shorter wheelbase. Again, signature front end design, but then when you come around the back, look how cool this is. This feels like a sort of a very traditional kind of jacked up hatchback look to the rear of this car. I'm a big fan. It's quite a big departure actually from when you look at the back of the R2 over there and you compare that to the R1S. And this has a trick tailgate. Now, Brian, you're going to have to push the buttons here or I'm going to make a big fool of myself.
Which do you want to see first?
Let's lift this rear. So that one opens up separately. Put your stuff in. But if you've got a surfboard or something long or anything else, then you can just pull it down and it will stop at various heights to sort of wedge that in there. Or you can press another button and the entire hatch lifts up. Ta-da! Thank you, Brian. That was beautifully done. But that's not all, because behind you, we have something else. So this is called the R3X, and it is the performance version of the R3. They're still piecing it together for the big reveal tomorrow, but essentially the performance version. Very light on technical details, but I'm going to fill in the gaps, don't worry. Tri-motor, well under 3 seconds, 0 to 60, range of over 300 miles. This is the most car-like, the most aggressive, the most hot hatch-like version. If you think today, well, before today, when Rivian were making the big, rugged R1T truck and the massive R1S, I mean, they don't look so massive here when you're in America, but on UK roads, those things are enormous. All the way down to this. I mean, it's like the modern electric interpretation of a hot hatch, isn't it? I think it looks fantastic. So much going on. I'm actually hoping to corner the CEO, RJ Scaringe, tomorrow. I've got a ton of questions to ask him because literally I'm just going off a spec sheet at the moment and telling you what I see. I literally walked into this hall, seen these cars, been blown away, been overwhelmed by the direction that Rivian's going in, and then I've just been spouting to this camera and have no idea what I've just said. But look, 50,000 cars I think Rivian produced last year, R1Ts and R1Ss. Turns out that was just the appetizer. This stuff, this is the main course.